Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mystic Moons. I hope everyone is doing well as expected. Mystic Moons is seeking out the spirits from the northeast in the United States, high in the mountains. Not as high as I used to be, but still high in the mountains. High enough to have snow, spring snow showers, ice, the usual. The usual mountain weather, which makes you thoughtful because you can't go out because, slipping and sliding and it's cold as usual. However, beyond all that, our hearts are warm, our minds are open. And let's take a journey. Let's see, where are we going? We've had a lot of activity in this country in the last 2.5 months, ever since Donald J. Trump was sworn in as president. We haven't had a peaceful time in this new administration. And now we have to ask ourselves, is Trump bringing the end of the U.S. empire? We've heard a lot of talk about acquiring Canada, acquiring Greenland, the Panama Canal, all these things. And also we've had this tariff talk, tax. And then we've told that a lot of people have lost money in the last few days. A lot of people have had pain and suffering. I myself have noticed that beyond those things I just mentioned, I went to get coffee this morning. $1 without any explanation, gazing, increase. The day before, I noticed another $1.50 here, $1 more on everyday goods. They're not even waiting. And I thought, gee, that's strange. I thought there was a pause. I thought we could have some collective something or other. Are you feeling the pinch too, Mystic Moon listeners? Are you feeling an increase of this and that? Are you feeling trepidation? Are you feeling apprehension? Are you wondering, how is this going? And then you think about some other things about his administration. Some necessary things about like fluoride in the drinking water. Truth of that's finally come out. Not fully, of course. But however, we're talking about, is Trump bringing the end? By the way, we're enemies with NATO, our allies. Of course, we've been fulfilling we've been putting the bill. We've been paying the bills. That's the thing, paying the bills. But who's really paying the bills? And are we stop paying the bills, or just us? We're paying more bills. We have commodities going up. We have people being laid off and saying, oh, there's fraud. Granted, there's fraud. There's always a circus among every human activity. But the whole thing isn't just fraud. We know it's a transition to software programs. People are more generous than a software program. Have you called up Macy's? Have you called up Walmart? Have you called up Amazon? What do you usually get? You usually get a software program. Of course, it's friendly. It's a bot. Bots are known to be friendly. They don't speak like Lost in Space. Tell me, Will Robinson, what shall you do? Or like, they don't speak that way. They can and they do, but they're very friendly. It's called all those listening conversations. Your conversation may be recorded for quality control. BS. It's selling your voice tone intonations for the many robots who will take over all your jobs. Now, we do know all this, even though we may not say, oh, you're just blah, blah, blah. No, let's put on our psyche hats, people, free people of this universe. Let's put on our thinking and psychic caps, and let's take a journey to the future. Let's time leap a little bit, and also let's time leap a little in the past. And let's ask ourselves, is Donald Trump destined to bring the end of the U.S. empire? Right away, is he? Let's just ask the spirit. So relax. Maybe we should take a journey. Let's hop on that psychic shuttle, space shuttle. Let's buckle up. Let's put on our psychic caps, and let's take this journey all over this country and further. Let's look upon let's go all over where we have bases, all 1,000 plus bases all over the world. Where is our American influence with our push comes to shove, shoving more than pushing, or pushing and shoving Donald J. Trump? Now, we talked about the pause of tariffs, right? There's no pause. Well, there is a pause, but that's not exactly the whole truth. Not China. Well, we know about China, except for we know that cell phones and certain electronics are excused from the 145% tariff. However, we still know that there's 10% tariff on all the goods coming into this country, up from the 1.5% to 2.5% that it used to be. And we also know that not China, I got China on the mind. We know that Canada, the other C country that we pay a lot of attention to, and Mexico are still getting 25% tariff increase on goods imported from those two countries. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Hi, Angel. Hi, Elijah. Elijah. Hi. How are you doing? Yes. So let's see. Is he bringing the end of the U.S. country? And you can say U.S. isn't a dynasty. It's not an empire. All right. It is. Ever since the Second World War. That doesn't mean we're going to fall apart tomorrow. No, because that's why we're always bringing out our weapons, our recycled, refurbished weapons. Recycled, refurbished from whom, you ask? That's the big question that Donald Trump said he'd answer so far. He's just toying with us, toying with word language, word salad. Talk about Kamala Harris and her word salad. Of course, she would say the same 5 sentences. Trump has more vocabulary. Trump is better actor. He's a better orator. He's a better spokesperson. For what? The end of the American empire. Let's see. Let's pick these. Let's see now. This one speaks. Is Trump bringing about the end of the American empire? Is he bringing on the end of the American empire? When you have bases, when you have states, when you have satellites, when you have influence, you have your army in countries, they're your countries, right? You can say, they're satellite countries. Are they free? They have to check with the boss. And who is the boss? Trump is the boss. Is he the boss? Or is he... that's another reading. Is he what? Is Trump bringing the end of the American empire? I was going to see embassy. Same thing. Power structure. That's good. I'm glad you're feeling good. Let's ask ourselves, all right? Is he going to bring in our end? Our housing, we have a housing crisis. We have a food crisis. We have every single crisis. And what do they want more? We have a crime. We have an immigration. We have all these problems. Is Trump solving them? And is he solving them how? By having real ID? Do you know, too, that May 7th is the deadline. If you don't have your real ID by May 7th, U.S. citizens cannot travel on the plane. On the aircraft that is always crashing every week, right? We cannot travel without knowing who we are. We all know who we are. We all know who's American, who's not American. No matter what we skin tone, blah, 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 look like, we know who's an American and who's not an American, right? And then what is an American? Hot dogs, pizza, Domino's pizza, cable TV. What is an American? What is an American? So it's free trade. It's not free trade when you have tariffs. Is he destroying our country? And the first thing we get here is the 5 of Swords. And you know, fives are a state, a weird state. This is a state of like outside forces beyond our control, beyond it's the national zest. This is the zest, the impetus for our movement. And we have the five of swords rather, five of swords. Be ready to battle, be ready to knock anybody down. Empathy level low, low empathy. We don't care about it. Do we care about ourselves? Maybe yes, we care about ourselves, but maybe we only care the me, 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 me. I got to protect my territory, what good's for me, me. Does that say our country, our people? No, this is all about me. Me. So this is like the first stage we see, the five of swords. Five of swords. And that also means we have to protect. We're in overprotection mode. Battle. We're ready to like knock somebody else's head off. Eight of Wands. Low energy. People don't give a shit. People don't care. People are not caring about what's going on. They're being too distracted. Like, they're worried. People are worried. This is like bad energy. This is not energy, they're robust, let's sock it to them. No, this is an energy of like, let me get my to-go bag and like worry about where I'm going to put my head tonight. Where about when I hear that siren going, alarm, 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 where do I go? What do I do? Me. There's fallout shelter. There's no this, there's no that. So that is a sign that we should button up. It's a sign of like low vitality. And then we have the Page of Swords. What is this message? This message is the beginning. This is the end of the U.S. This is our collapse. Pay attention. This is the beginning. It's not shouting yet, but it's beginning to stir the pot. It's like the utensil that's like saying, this is the end, folks. Folks. I hate that word. Folks. People, citizens, visitors. So far, we have low libido, low energy. Alongside our battlegrounds, stand our grounds, fight for what is what, fight for every single thing, fight for the last loaf of bread, fight for a dozen eggs. And then we have the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups. Is that the three billionaires, trillionaires who are trying, the three governing the masses? Once we get all the software in place, we get the facial recognition that they want to put for the airports. You don't need a boarding pass. You don't need to have a real ID. You just need to have facial recognition. And so then we can know everything about you with all the cameras to getting on your queue, even though it's not stopping crime. How many cameras are in Chicago? How many crimes are committed in Chicago? How many cameras are in New York City? No matter what time of the day, you can be hit with a bottle, you can be pushed into the subway, pushed into the streets, knifed, set on fire, acid. Are we any safer today with all the cameras? Are these people just doing these things? Are we going to ban hoodies next? What is the way? Is there any... Are we going to become conscious, empathetic, caring people? Or maybe there's just celebrating because the power is being transferred from all of us to a few of us. Is that the end? It is the end, isn't it? And then we have the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands. Is that replacing, what is this fire element? Is this our zest? Is this a new idea? Is this, we don't need to pay attention. Is this the end of our empire? Is this the end of our ability? Are we becoming less relevant? We have these two cards, the Three of Cups and the Ace of Wands. We all know that water puts out flame. We know that if we have a fire, fire needs oxygen. Fire puts out the flame, right? It's kind of almost like a, opposite. It's an opposite thing. Three of Cups and a flame. An Ace of Wands. Smoke. We don't even get smoke if we put the fire. If we put the Three of Cups. Won't even have smoke on the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands. And the next card we have here, the Devil. We have the Devil. We have the Devil. And this could be the change. It's also an uncanny change brought about by Lucifer, Satan. It's archaic. A change brought about by uncanny manipulative moves. We can say that for sure. Uncanny manipulative moves. Word language, word salad, tariffs, bringing an era of American dominance. That era is over. How is taxing the people, letting them go on unemployment, saying unemployment is full of fraud? No jobs, robots. Do you really think businesses are going to come here? I mean, do you really see yourself getting a life with a manufacturing job? That you know in your heart and your mind, in your real mind, that they're going to hire robots to do anything if they want to speculate on insecurities. Excuse me. Who can say that we are secure in the United States? Who could say? Is this going to be Jack and the Beanstalk? We're going to get our 6 beans from climbing up a beanstalk, and those beans are going to come and grow factories, magic beans? It's not that. And then there's still a tax on steel, building supplies. There's a lot of money to make factories come here and start making American products. Why the hell did they leave in the first place? Because it was cheaper. Do you think it's any cheaper now? Do you think people are going to run out and buy new cars? Do you think they're going to have the money? Do you think they want to have a black box, a spy machine driving around that could stop you at any time? Are we being consulted with any of these changes? Real IDs? Real IDs were put out in 2005. 20 years later now, we're here. Real IDs. Is that really where we want to go? Don't we think we have more important things to do? Like wondering about what is these strange crafts that are coming out of the ocean, darting all over the land, and then disappearing back into the ocean again? Do you think we have? We know we have weather modification devices. We've had them since the Vietnam War. Don't you think that we have to worry about the state of our land, the state of our roads, the state of our emergency? Telling people an emergency situation by going sirens is not the answer. It's not the answer. You can blow your horn all you want, blow your whistles. Where do we go? What do we do? Oh, hide under a desk? Hide in a dark room? Hide where? Do what? With what? This is a very... You have to ask yourself, is Trump's tariff plans damaging? Is it damaging the American economy? Because what do we do with what, and how? It's always the what. There are too many questions. Where are the answers? Where are the answers? Where's the path? Where's the path? Is fighting the only answer? Lack of energy, lack of libido, lack of wanting to have is there no future? Let's just see. What is this, the devil? What does this, is this what is this change element that we have here? Let's cut this deck and take these cards back in, and let's find out what is this devil. This devil energy transformation is going to happen. Just take a few. What transformation are we going to with the end of the American Empire? Are you going to run away? Are we going to run away? Should we run away? Is running away the only running away? How do we run away? What do we do with ourselves? Oh, these are questions. Did we have an answer? No, real ID, more surveillance, more cameras, more this, more that, and more word sausage. Word sausage. Not even word salad, word sausage. They're not even promising a pizza. A pizza. Sneaky. We get the sneak card. We get the Seven of Swords under this devil energy, this devil transformation. We get the sneak card. Seven of Swords. Sneaky, 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 sneaky. And we get the Ten of Wands. Pain and suffering. Oh, I see. This is the kind of transformation we're going for. Could this be a positive? This last remaining pull that we're doing, we're asking Spirit. What do you think, listeners? Well, this last card that we pulled, Spirit, going to give us something to say that Trump, is he really in his administration? Do they have our interest? Or they have their own or somebody else's perverted interest? Or something else, maybe a non-human. Here we have the Three of Pentacles. Maybe, just maybe, I've hit upon somebody else's, some other being, maybe some non-human entity. Look at this. The Three of Pentacles are happy that we are going towards something that is beyond our control. Is this our prison, a panoptic sense of you can't even pass wind without someone knowing, recording it? Is this what Spirit is trying to tell you? Is our American empire, yes, it's over. It's collapsing at the hands of a small group of people. Corporate? What does that say? Capitalism? Fascism? Communism? What is it? Where are we going? Where are we going, people? Are we going to have ecstasy with this Three of Pentacles, with all this sneaky suffering, this change, benefiting a few? Well, let's just take this as a warning. A warning. We're in the collapse. What are we going to do about it? Are we just going to sit there and just, this is great. Or are we going to wait till we personally experience a collapse and then maybe look back? So I leave everyone. Let's get off this plane. Let's get off. Let's go back to our houses. Let's go back to our comfy spots. Let's gain the courage. Let's not sit back idly. We don't have any masters, people. We have souls, good souls, and we have bad souls. Let's cleanse. Let's see what's going to happen. So far, we see end is neat. End is near. There's still chance. There's still chance because we're still a powerful country. But we're rapidly losing freedoms, our freedoms, and we don't need a panoptic panoptic. That means a panoptic means there's no privacy. You're always being watched. That doesn't mean that good deeds are going to be done. No, it means something else. It means like you're in a prison. A prison. Walls listening. Cameras are watching. Getting recordings. You said this, you did this, and blah, 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 blah. Our humanity's at stake. People, humans. Our humanity is at stake. We can give up. We can just go trust, stay in our lane. What is our lane? Our lane is getting narrow. A bicycle lane. What was a car lane is now a bicycle lane, a footpath, a crawling path, a slithering on your knees path. It's up to you to decide. But don't let others decide your future. Gain strength. This is like a lousy path. It could happen, is happening. We don't have to accept it. All right, until the next time, I say that we have to understand where this is going. Understand that we are systematically being herded like sheep, goats, cattle. We're into a strain. And one thing we should demand is let's have truth. Let's stop having the two-tiered system. Those who know and those who not want fairy tales. We know what we saw. We know what's going on. Tell us not to have secrets. Strength is in knowledge. Strength. Until the next time, let's try and see what we could do as a collective, as an empathetic, living, breathing, human collective. Let's just see. And I don't mean acting stupid. I mean acting within our rights and saying, no, thank you. No, thank you. We do not need you to do this for us. We do not need, this is not helpful. This is not progress. This is regression. This is feudalism. This is boring. Like the movies, the TV, the cable, the books, the art, it's boring. No, thank you. No, thank you. Put the vibrancy back into our post-modernity. It's possible. It's possible. Get off your behinds and move it. Move it. Move it. All right. I will leave you with these thoughts. And if you share comments, if you share that something is going wrong, something is collapsing, empire is not necessary. A good country is necessary. And what are we fearing each other for? Strange languages, language we don't speak, clothes that we don't wear, skin color may be different from us. We all are bipeds, 10 toes, 10 fingers. There are other things out in the universe. Don't let them control us. Get this non-humanness out and become human. And stand up to the fact that we have a cosmic order again and again and again and again. So, once again, Mystic Moves is diving into the spirit world, trying to visualize, trying to feel what is really out in front of our eyeballs. In front of our eyeballs. And we are not monetized. Nothing. We're not monetized. But if you want to explore your psychic energy with Mystic Moons, you can donate if you choose. If not, give us the comments. Feed our collective energies. Okay? Let's get passionate about living as humans, not as slaves, not as fixtures, not as bites, not as things. We're thriving, magnificent. Until the next time, thank you very much. And I'm going to close this Bye-bye.